In today's video, I'm going to show you how to become a successful sight reader with the process. Mastering this process will help you in learning new pieces, it will help you in practicing more effectively, it will help you in your performing, and it will help you with the goal at hand here, which is to become a better sight reader. When you sit down to sight read a piece, it's not about putting a piece of music in front of you and just jumping in and playing through, because generally that turns into a train wreck pretty quickly. There's way too much going on in a piece of music to be able to process all of it instantly as you're seeing it for the very first time. The process is all about the steps you take before you put your hand on the keys. You're going to start by opening your piece and setting a timer for 5 minutes. You are going to spend no less than 5 minutes being a detective and looking through this piece of music before you put your hands on the keys. I want you to look at your time signature, and I want you to turn on your metronome to a very slow tempo, probably around 40 beats per minute, and I want you to clap and count the rhythm out loud. Your goal here is to get yourself feeling really comfortable and confident with the rhythm before you even do anything else. Then you're gonna look at your key signature. You're gonna notice what the pattern of flats or sharps is. You're gonna look in the music and see if there are any accidentals anywhere, and sometimes I will even highlight them if they're in a place where I think that it's going to be difficult to notice them in the moment when I'm playing through the music. You're gonna look for any other symbols in the music that give you information, so staccato marks or legato marks, pedaling, and then you're gonna start to look for patterns. So look at all of the measures of the piece and notice, are there any measures that repeat? Are there any sections of music that repeat? What in the piece is the same and what is different? And that might take you a couple minutes just in and of itself. And then you're going to start to look for potential trouble spots. So spots in the music where your hand position changes or the rhythm suddenly changes. Anything that you think could potentially throw you off or cause a mistake, you're gonna take a mental note of those sections. You're gonna look for hand position changes. You're gonna start to notice what the fingering suggestions are. I want you to go deep here. Try to notice everything that you can. Oftentimes when I start to do this with people, they'll do it for like 1 minute and then they run out of things to say. But if you really look and you really force yourself to be present with this piece of music for 5 entire minutes, I promise you can learn so much about the piece before you even play it through. Then you're going to place your hands on the keys and you are going to mock play. And what you're going to do when you mock play is you're placing your hands on the keys and you're moving your fingers over the notes where they're going to be, but you're not actually making any sound. You're going to use the metronome when you do this at 40 BPMs, and you're also going to be counting out loud the entire time that you do this. This is going to give you a chance to kind of rehearse the sight reading, where your fingers are actually going to be moving around on the correct keys, and you're going to notice after the mock play that there are probably a few things in the music that you didn't notice before. So you're going to maybe mark those things in the music, and then you're going to turn the metronome on again, counting out loud, you play through the piece, and that is your actual sight reading of the piece. Now, as you're playing through, you want to try not to stop anywhere. You want to try not to go back to fix any mistakes. You want to start on beat 1 and try to not miss a beat until you get to the very end of the piece. Of course, mistakes are going to happen. That is the one guaranteed thing, is that unexpected things will happen. But you see, where you are practicing the skill of letting go of the mistakes and of staying in the present moment and staying with the music so that you can get from the beginning to the end as well as possible. Now, once you're done with your sight reading, the last part of the process is to evaluate how it went. To ask yourself, okay, what did I do really well and where did I make mistakes? In my playthrough, what mistakes surprised me? What things came up that I didn't expect? Was there a way that I could have noticed some of those mistakes before I actually played through the piece? I find that writing out your evaluation of how it went is really helpful because it helps you internalize it and helps you remember for the next time. Because when you go to sight read the next piece, it doesn't matter how well you actually played through the piece. All that matters is that you went through the process, you evaluated how the process went, and you used those evaluations to try to do better the next time.